technology and science as an internal for what it is, to try to understand the dynamics of it in a natural way, and that needs a specialized attention. That needs a specialized attention, and that is what we are talking about. Then another submission was done about that if there is no event in scientific community in Bangladesh, what will we print? That's not also a very fair comment, because events are happening, but they may not be newspaper worthy. 99.99% things which happen in science are not newspaper worthy. Only sometimes it becomes newspaper worthy. So it is not the event is not happening, because some people also say that once upon a time there was cultivation of science. There is no more cultivation of science. That's also not quite true. It is there. We actually, people don't know about it, or media don't know about it, because either it is not very much media worthy. You have to talk about if this happens, if this happens, if this happens, then crop cultivation will go up. So media is interested only in when crop cultivation goes up. But in between there is a long road. There's a long road, and if we are true to science and technology, we should take interest in the road, milestones in the road. So, and there is also a kind of responsibility on the part of. I also regard myself as a science journalist, because I have been doing it much before I even studied in university or anything. So I was a journalist first, then other things. So I understand that, and I think there is a responsibility of the journalist, because he or she must take pains. He should not expect that scientists will come and teach him everything and so on. But he must have the right questions, right inquisitiveness, right person to go to, and that kind of things. So that's a discipline. That's a discipline a science journalist has to develop. He doesn't have to be a scientist. He doesn't have to be even a science student. Many of the science journalists are not, all over the world, are not science students. But they become de facto science students. And sometimes they even become de facto scientists, almost like an amateur scientist. So that is what our forum is trying to propagate, how to become a better science journalist. And to become a better science journalist, I will have just one comment about the whole thing. Somebody said that, I think he is very right. Somebody said that the fact that newspapers neglect science and technology is a part of the general neglect society does to science. It's just a part of the general neglect, because for example, the government, the public, the intelligentsia, how much they really have regard for science? Very little. Maybe some sensational things they say, oh, Satyam Bose did it, oh, Abdul Salam did it. Those are big things. But science is not always big things, big person. Science is very much painstaking work, day by day, painstaking work. So how many of us went to the scientist and tried to inquire, what are you doing? What have you done last 30 years? What are you worried about? That kind of things. But we don't do it. So it is general neglect. But what I want to see, personally speaking, what I would like to see in this newspaper sections and also in the electronic media is to develop a vibrant kind of discussion groups. For example, if you look at any other page, you will see people in the politics, most of these are political pages. There you see people are debating. People are following up, one is following up the other. One is referring to the other. And that is what newspaper is for. And even in science, we have to do that. We have to have a dialogue in the newspapers that I have seen it, I think it is this. Then somebody said, I have seen another news, it is related to this. So there should be a kind of lively dialogue. It is not just how many inch column we have given to. I can give inch column haphazard. That will serve no purpose. There should be a kind of regular focus. And well, science is too big. We will serve various areas of science. But whenever something topical comes, internationally or even nationally, we should start a debate. We should see who understands what. Be it everything is not a campaign. Newspapers always like campaigns about environment, about milk, radiation milk, about arsenic, or about the health of the river. These are very important things. These will come in the first page, in the banner heading. So I have no quarrel with that. But there are other things which need not a campaign. Campaign is not. Even newspapers make sometimes a subject like mathematics a campaign. Because they love campaign. They feel comfortable with the campaign. But mathematics is not a campaign. Mathematics is something you have to love for the beauty of it. And to do that, you have to put some stories about mathematics, some interesting mathematical problems, if I talk about mathematics. But then mathematics is not the only thing. There are so many other things. We should go, for example, everybody will be very happy if we talk about how vultures are being abolished, being extinct in city of Dhaka. These are campaigns and these are... But if a geologist tells how he or she is studying vulture over the last 15 years and how he found 2 pairs of vulture, followed 2 pairs of vulture in various... Nobody is interested in that. So let us turn from sensational things or campaign things or big achievements. Of course, those will make big heading. Those should be in the first page. But we are not worried about the first page now. We are worried about the inner page, where groups who love mathematics will do mathematics. Groups who love astronomy will be, maybe very few people love astronomy. But those few people, to those few people it's very important. So let them have their fun. Let them have their fun and do this. So let us offer them a forum. Every day things are happening. Events, somebody answered that very well. In the world of science, events are happening every second. Every second. Interesting events. May not be in our laboratory, but even in our neighbor's laboratory, there are so many things happening. So let us try to collect them. In this age of internet, we are not here, we are discussing something which is very much related to Bangladesh, very much related to only a small number of people who writes about science or who are science journalists. But even that is now, thanks to the webcasting, it is going to so many people. We may not realize to how many it is going. So in this age of internet, in this age of webcasting, it is so easy to start a dialogue, to start a debate, to start an interest group. Let us call it an interest group. Let us start an interest group in science. There are interest groups on cinema. There are interest groups in photo, because some photo mela is going on. I see so many things about that. Criticisms, nice photographs, the stories behind those. Let us do the same with science. Just that. Let us, for God's sake, give at least the same space as a photo mela gets on the science. I think we will have a wonderful journalism when we add electronic media to print media, then web media. Those 3 media are now almost amalgamated. almost amalgamated. And I will just end by making one comment, because I have operated in print media and also in electronic media. I think these two media have compartmentalized them too much. I have not seen anything in newspaper about a good television program in the electronic media. It should have been. It should have been. Not only in our own channel, but also other channels. There could be very interesting debates and interesting discussion about things which are done in electronic media, and vice versa. And vice versa. So that should have been done. There should be more integrated approach to electronic media, print media, and the web media. Thank you very much. I think today was one of the most fruitful discussion, most relevant discussion in the life of our forum, Science Writers and Journalists Forum. Thank you very much for your attention, for your presence, and for your interest and your contribution. So I will request Mr. Sabi to close it with the Thanksgiving.
Science issues. I hope it will continue, and we would like to continue it at least quarterly. We try maybe if possible monthly or alternate month, or at least inshallah quarterly. And I would like to request our members, please give your subscription, which is only Dhaka 200 per year, because we have to pay to a World Federation of Science Journalists within 31st January, because we have a member contribution fee. So it's a very minimum amount, and I would like to request other science journalists who are present here, you are most welcome to become our member. Our door is open for all. Those who have published at least 5 articles or reports, they are qualified to become our member. So thank you, honorable guest, honorable participant, and I would like to express my sincere thanks to our Vice President, Mr. Gulab Munir, who has presented a very nice paper, and I would like to thanks to Mr. Tamal, who is the owner of Comjawat.com. He's doing as a media partner. So we are again thanks to all, and hope to see you in our next meeting. Thank you all. Assalamu alaikum.